Good morning YouTube, and today I'll be profiling for you my Super Defense Robo deck. This is definitely a really fun deck. I wouldn't say it's necessarily competitive, but it's definitely delightful, and finding something that can work with Super Defense Robo, or as it's become, Googly-Eyes Turbo. Let's hop right into it. I'll explain as we go. Start off with our monsters. We run 3 Super Defense Robo Monki, 3 Leo, and 3 Elephan. So these are really the only Super Defense Robos that you have, and they each have a similar effect as their first effect. When they're normal summoned, you can special summon a Super Defense Robo from your hand. Now each one of them has additional effect too. Monki can retrieve cards from graveyard, or in terms of Super Defense Robos, and then whenever a card's added while Leo's on the field, you can then special summon that card. And then Elephan has the ability to make other machine type monsters level 8. So it's really great for, of course, bring out Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon, and really, it's as long as you see Elephan and any of the other the other two, you're feeling pretty good about your opening play. Moving along, we don't have any other normal summonable monsters besides the Leo and the Monki. So we run 2 Card Trooper. There's a little bit more of a synergized thing that you might see as we progress here. It's nice setting up your plays and making things ready for your playset of Gearspring Spirit. Now this is a really fun card that I used to run back in the day with Ancient Gears and Super Defense Robos when I combined the two. It was really fun. Anyway, Gearspring Spirit allows you to special summon it by only controlling machine type monsters in your graveyard, so you have to control at least one, and it has the ability to once per turn make an opponent's face up monster's attack 0. So if you have your Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon on the field, you could potentially hit for 4k, or if it's under limited removal, 8k. So it allows for some really fun OTKs, plus it's a level 8, so it gives you that rank 8 power turbo that you like with this deck. Moving along, we have a playset of B.E.S. Big Core Mark III. Now yes, this is a really weird tech. It's a level 8 machine though that can be special summoned if you don't control no other monsters on the field. So it's like a Cyber Dragon, and it gives you some defense, especially with this kind of a bricky deck. You kind of need to stall a little bit, and it's not too bad of a beater as it is. Rounding up our monsters, we run 2 Ancient Gear Gadjilton Dragon. This is definitely a callback to my older playstyle of this deck. It gives you some nice synergy with Geartown. And that's really the main focus. Why it's in here is because it's the only special summonable Ancient Gear that's a level 8 machine. So, moving on, as we mentioned, there are 3 Geartown. There's a lot of synergy with this Geartown in here. As you see, this is definitely just designed, though, to get your Ancient Gear Gadjilton Dragon and give you your rank 8 power plays that you love. And for consistency, we run 1 Upstart, a playset of Trade-In, and then a playset of Paw Desires. Again, this is bricky. This is a very, very bricky deck and inconsistent, so we try and add on to it as much as we can. Once an Iron Draw comes out, they'll make it a little bit better, but for what we have right now, this is kind of fun and helps you unclog those bricky hands. As I was mentioning, we run a playset of Twin Twister. Now this does a few things. A, it sets up for your Gearspring Spirit, so in case you don't have anything in your graveyard, because you have to have something in the graveyard. B, it allows you to target Geartown. And C, it just serves the purpose of destroying your opponent's back row. So there's a lot of utility in terms of Twin Twisters in this particular deck. Next we run a Monster Reborn and a Soul Charge, because really your only power plays are gonna, like your going all in will come off of these. Just getting yourself set up and bringing back those monsters, go for those 8s. A Foolish Burial is again set up for your Gearspring Spirit, set up for your Monster Reborn, your Soul Charge, even your Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon. It has a nice little effect. We'll get 2. A Dark Hole and a Raigeki for those board wipes, because again, Googly-Eyes is designed to punch for damage. It's not really designed to take too long, and so you need as much clearance and ability to attack as possible. So we run 2 board wipes. Limit removal. With a Gearspring Spirit and a Googly-Eyes, this really says game. So it's kind of a fun thing. It doesn't happen too often, but it does happen enough that I can't really justify not putting limit removal in here. And rounding up our spells, traps, and monsters, the whole deck, we run 2 Magical Hats. This is definitely a slower card, but it allows you to set up your Geartown. Plus, if you're playing it with a Card Trooper, you're going to be able to draw a card, plus set up 2 Ancient Gear Gadjilton Dragons. It's going to help you really progress through the game, and I think it's justifiable at 2. Moving on to the extra deck, we're on a playset of Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon. Should we play a playset? Probably not. Will we play a playset? Yes, because this is the whole purpose of this deck. It's a really goofy deck, as the Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon's name implies. He has a nice little effect with, you have to detach 1 card per turn from him, or an Exceeds material from him, to make his attack 4,000, or give him 1,000 attack. And then if he's destroyed by any means, you get to special summon him back and equip a Super Defense Robo from your graveyard. So he just keeps on coming back and back and back. So it's a really nice monster to have, and doesn't really die, but it's really fun. And the whole purpose of this deck. And we want a number 15 Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder. The thing about Gearspring Spirit is it only works if you have machines in your graveyard, so putting a puppet grinder really allows you to continue on those plays potentially later on. We're on Alsei for popping. We're on a number 68 for those graveyard pesky effects. The Hieratic Dragon for just popping anything in general. A number 62 Googly-Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. This is really for your Arm Dragon, or whatever his name is, the one that you exceed on top of him. I don't know where he's at the moment, so we just put him in here just for the reminder. A Hope Harbinger for spells, Divine Dragon Felgrand, and for the if you have a Monki and if you have a Card Trooper, you can run a Zenmains and a Super Quant Grampulse, just for those pesky back row and machines. They're generic. And interesting enough, we still run 2 links in here. Gaia Saber, because he's a machine, plus he allows, you know, a little bit more extra deck space and a little less you to go over Nachiri Beast if you have it. And then a Queefart Genius. He's really here because he's a rank 2 generic machine, or for machines. And if you get a soul charge off, you can add any machine from your deck to your hand that's 5 or higher. So it's pretty darn nice to have into this deck. And that's going to wrap up this Super Defense Robo or Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon Turbo deck. It's a really fun deck that I really want to revive because I used to run it exclusively with Ancient Gears, and as I've progressed I realized that doesn't really work too well. But it's a really fun archetype. It's really small. They work in the anime with Orbital 7, but I didn't really want to run that in here because that works with the Prime Photons and stuff like that. So it's really just a fun small archetype that I hope you can enjoy and get something out of this profile. Thanks. Have a great day.